All right, I got something to say and I got something to say right now. So, metro buses starting January 2nd, I believe, are gonna start charging $2 again for their fare. Now, this is kind of now. Let me just start by saying this first. So, if you don't know, the metro buses haven't been charging their normal fare for about 9 months right now. Ever since the coronavirus really picked up, customers had to go our riders had to go through the back doors, right? And that makes sense because you don't want them going to like the front door, and then the bus driver gets sick. They affect everyone going in, so it kind of makes sense that they have to go through the back door, and so like to protect the driver. So yeah, so that's why they haven't been paying. Now, according to some reports, the Metro bus has been in debt. From what I hear, is like thousands of millions of dollars. It's crazy. So they're going to have budget cuts starting next week or next month. So they're going to remove some bus stops, which is good. Like if you're like in a rush, if you're like trying to go down the road and like you have to like, and the bus has to like stop like every single trip there. So it's kind of good if you're like in a rush and you just don't like stopping. But kind of sucks if like the one near your house just gone now. You have to walk like 10 more minutes to get to the next one. And they're also going to be closing down some stations, which does kind of suck because less stations, less mobility, kind of. So now I have a problem with this, and I'll just say it right now. Taking the bus during the coronavirus really sucked because did not only was the bus always late, like they completely restructured the schedule. They had like different times, right? And the bus was still late. Like the bus wasn't running as often, and the bus was still late. I remember one time I got off work. I was trying to go to my girlfriend's house. I waited for the bus for like 30 minutes. The bus was supposed to come. I remember this. The bus was supposed to come at 3:45, and I waited there until like 4:20, and then that's when the bus came. I'm just like, what? I got off work early and stuff, trying to go to her house on time. Didn't work out. I might as well have just stayed and just finished my whole shift at work. So yeah, and also, man, the experience sucked too, because like the front, like like the the first couple seats in the bus were like exit off, so there was less room in the bus, and then people didn't want to like share seats. I didn't want to have people like sit next to them, so people were standing. People wouldn't wear their mask correctly. People wouldn't. So, and it was just horrible. And like, there was like a limit of like how many people could get on. So then the bus would just go down the street, right? And if someone was on the stop waiting for the bus would have to pass because the maximum number of people were already on the bus. So the bus couldn't stop to pick up more people because the bus was full. So then the people waiting at the bus stop would have to wait for another bus, right? And that bus would probably be full of more people, and then pass them, and it was just horrible. So, so yeah, I recently got a car, so it's not really that big of a problem with me, but still, it feels kind of wrong. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Now, let me start by saying that this really, this should not be happening. Like, all right, so they're having budget cuts, right? I can understand that. They're closing down bus stations. They're closing down, or they're getting rid of some bus stops. But why are you charging people $2 for less of a service? So they're saying that the buses are going to run as often. I mean, the coronavirus already messed up the bus schedule enough, and now it's going to get worse. Or they're not going to have as many buses running. So they're going to have less buses running. They're going to have less bus stops and less bus stations, and they're going to charge you. So basically, you're starting to pay for a service which isn't as that. All right, let me start again. You're starting to pay for a service that wasn't as good as when it was free. You see, last week, I guess I'll compare it. I mean, all the stations are open. The buses, the buses were trying to run on time, even though they were canceling like dozens of trips a day, and it was free. I mean, when the bus was late, at least I was like, you know what, the bus is late, but at least I'm not paying for it. At least the bus is free. Well, technically I was paying for it because I paid taxes, but you know what I'm trying to say. I wasn't paying directly. So even when the bus was late, even when the bus sucked to be on, I was like, you know what, it sucks, but at least I'm not directly paying for it. Now I can't even say that. Now, if the bus is late, if the bus if the bus stop near my house closes down, if Wheaton Station closes down, it's just gonna be like, well, it sucks now. Plus I gotta pay. And I go to Cole's house 3 times a day. So if I was taking the bus, right, $2 there, $2 back, that's $4 a day. 4 times 3, that's 12. There's 4 months there's 4 months. There's 4 weeks in a month, so that would be roughly $48 if my math is correct. So that would be $48 a month now that I have to pay for a lesser service than it was this year in 2020. This is plans for 2021. So yeah, I guess I chose the right time to get a car, since I don't want to be paying for a crappy metro service. I mean, it was always crappy, but now it's even crappier since they're closing down stations. They're closing down bus stops now. They're gonna have less trips now, and now they want people to pay for it. And of course, people will pay for it because they gotta get to work, they gotta get to their girlfriend's house, they gotta go to the grocery store. Economics, man.